Barcelona aim for a free transfer swoop for Thomas Partey as Ghanaian midfielder seeks a deal that reflects his worth. FC. Barcelona are quietly preparing one of the more intriguing moves of the upcoming window, a free transfer swoop for Thomas Partey, the experienced Ghanaian midfielder currently at Arsenal. As Partey edges toward the final stretch of his contract, talks over an extension have reportedly stalled, opening the door for Barca to act with precision, timing, and strategy. For Barcelona, the potential acquisition of Partey isn't just opportunistic, it's calculated. With the club continuing to navigate financial limitations, free transfers and smart contract structuring have become a key part of their recruitment model. In Partey, they see a player who offers Champions League experience, physical presence, and a tactical profile that would slot naturally into their evolving midfield under Hansi Flick's direction. But this move isn't just about Barcelona's situation. It's equally driven by Partey's stance. Now 31, Partey wants one more major contract, one that, in his own words, reflects his standing as an experienced, battle-tested midfielder who's contributed consistently at the top level. Sources close to the player suggest he's no longer willing to accept deals that understate his value, either in wages or role. And while Partey has enjoyed moments of strong form at Arsenal, injuries and shifting tactical demands under Mikel Arteta have led to growing uncertainty about his long-term future at the Emirates. Partey is not agitating for a move, but he is ready to walk away if the Gunners are not willing to meet his expectations. His focus is now on securing both respect and stability, two things he believes are non-negotiable at this stage in his career. And Barcelona, sensing that opening, are preparing to move with intent. In terms of fit, the match makes sense. Barcelona are reshaping their midfield with a mix of youthful energy and experienced guidance. Partey brings both steel and composure, someone who can shield the backline, recycle possession under pressure, and offer tactical versatility in a 3- or 2-man pivot. In a squad that has often looked too lightweight in European competition, Partey could be a missing piece, particularly in games where control and physicality are key. From a financial perspective, the free transfer model aligns perfectly with Barca's current approach. There's no transfer fee involved, and the club can focus instead on structuring a wage package that satisfies Partey without destabilizing their internal salary cap. This is the type of move Barcelona are increasingly leaning into: short-term impact, low-risk cost, high experience ceiling. Of course, much depends on Arsenal's final decision. If they are willing to renegotiate, there may still be a path for Partey to remain in North London. But right now, the silence from the club is loud, and Barcelona are listening. Should the move materialize, it would be another quiet yet clever piece of business by the Catalan giants, who are rearming not through blockbuster fees, but through smart, strategic acquisitions. And for Partey, it may well be the contract and the stage that finally matches the level he believes he deserves. One thing is certain: the clock is ticking, and both parties are watching it closely. Will he follow in his brother's footsteps? Jude Bellingham's priority is to join Borussia Dortmund. Jude Bellingham stands at a defining crossroads in his young footballing career, one marked not only by personal ambition, but by the weight of legacy. With growing speculation surrounding his next move, reports have emerged that the talented midfielder has made joining Borussia Dortmund his top priority. And with that, the inevitable question arises: will he follow in the footsteps of his older brother, Jude? The connection between the Bellingham family and Borussia Dortmund runs deeper than just a successful transfer. For Jude, The move to Dortmund in 2020 was transformative. It was the decision that launched him from promising championship talent at Birmingham City to one of the brightest midfielders in Europe and ultimately to Real Madrid. More importantly, it was the club that believed in his potential, not just as a player, but as a future leader of the game. Now, Job appears ready to chase something similar, not out of imitation, but out of intention. His reported desire to join Dortmund suggests a clear understanding of what the club represents, a proving ground for young talent, a system that values development over instant stardom, and a platform that offers responsibility far earlier than most elite clubs dare. Dortmund doesn't just sign players, it molds them. At just 18 years old, Job Bellingham already carries a maturity beyond his years. He has quietly built his own profile, showing promise in his ability to control tempo, read the game, and contribute on both ends of the pitch. But with the spotlight that comes from being Jude's brother, every move he makes is inevitably magnified. Choosing Dortmund, then, would be a decision steeped in both risk and purpose, a chance to step into a similar environment, not to replicate a journey, but to forge one of his own. And it's not a decision made lightly. Job's potential move reflects an understanding that true development doesn't come from comfort. Dortmund, with its history of producing top-tier talent, from Haaland to Sancho, from Bellingham to Royce, offers something few clubs can: competitive minutes, world-class coaching, and a deep-rooted culture of trust in youth. It's a place that demands growth, not just form. But the comparison to his brother will follow him, at least at first. Every touch, every pass, every appearance in the yellow and black will be viewed through the lens of what came before. Yet for Job, this may not be a burden. It may be motivation. His journey won't be about stepping into Jude's shoes. It will be about walking the same path, but carving a different trail. For Borussia Dortmund, the interest in Job Bellingham is also symbolic. It signals continuity, belief in the Bellingham family's footballing pedigree, and a long-term vision that goes beyond one name. Bringing in Job wouldn't just be about nostalgia or headlines, it would be about maintaining their reputation as Europe's premier launchpad for elite youth. As the summer transfer window unfolds, Job Bellingham's next move will carry more than the usual weight for a player of his age. Wherever he ends up, eyes will follow. But if he chooses Dortmund, if he embraces the challenge, the scrutiny, and the opportunity, it will be because he believes deep down in the purpose of that decision. The question on everyone's mind is simple, yet loaded with meaning. Will Job Bellingham trace the same path that turned his brother into one of Europe's brightest stars? All signs suggest that the younger Bellingham has set his sights on Borussia Dortmund, not just as a career move, but as a deliberate step toward growth, pressure, and legacy. Dortmund, of course, is more than a club to the Bellingham family. It's the platform where Jude transitioned from promising talent to global sensation. The environment, the trust in youth, and the club's proven track record in developing elite players make it an ideal setting for a young footballer who wants more than just playing time. He wants a purpose, a challenge, and the same kind of belief that once ignited his brother's rise. For Job, the priority to join Dortmund isn't about nostalgia, it's a strategic decision, grounded in development. At just 18, he knows the next move could define the pace and direction of his career. And if there's one place in Europe that has repeatedly turned potential into proof, it's Dortmund. The pressure of comparison will be unavoidable, but it may also be the exact kind of fire Job is looking for, not to replicate, but to evolve, on his own terms, with his own impact. If the move materializes, it won't just be a reunion of name and badge. It will be a statement of intent. A young player choosing challenge over comfort. And in doing so, he won't be chasing his brother's legacy. He'll be building his own.